Hello, good day, and welcome back to another Focus On episode where we are focusing on alternative assets with myself, Fifi Peters. In the past few weeks, we have been exploring and unpacking the ins and outs of crypto assets as well as trading. We gained insights to the risks and opportunities, the role of regulators, the cost of trading, and strategy-driven traders. In today's episode, we'll look at a closer look at what mobile trading and the experience thereof looks like and feels like, I'm sure. And joining us for this is a regular face right now, Mr. Sihle Duta, Head of Region for Prime XBT South Africa, who is talking to us about another offering that you guys are bringing to market this time around, this time in terms of enhancing the mobile platform experience for trading.
Yes.
I imagine it does involve an app
Yes.
or two potentially that perhaps are similar or slightly different to other such offerings in the market as well. So just talk to us about your mobile trading app and how it does differ from other offerings out there.
So the Prime XBT mobile app is, of course, available in the Google Store and the Apple Play Store.
Okay.
And it basically mirrors most of the functionalities of the web platform, because the whole idea of mobile trading is not to take you away entirely from the experience you would have had if you're using the desktop version. So it's basically all the functionalities of the desktop version, the website, but basically on the palm of your hand. You can pretty much do most of the things you can do on the desktop version, but on your app, in terms of the markets you can access crypto markets, you can access forex, stocks and indices, basically in the palm of your hand. Especially for the younger sort of techno-savvy traders. The younger generation,
Yeah.
they want to do everything on the hand.
Sure.
But also going to the more experienced guys, it's like banking on your app. I mean, I can't remember the last time I accessed my banking on the desktop. Everything is done on the app.
That's true.
And it offers the flexibility and the convenience of getting all the benefits of a desktop version, but on the palm of your hand, especially as a trader.
You also mentioned experienced professionals, and I'm just wondering, I mean, if you do a split in terms of the old way of trading and some of the new ways, what are you seeing by way of some of those experienced professionals in terms of how they're migrating to newer ways of doing things, or newer technologies, as it were?
So I think the uptake is obviously within the younger folk, the younger traders, the techno-savvy, because they are easier to attract and retain. So on the mobile app, because their phones is always on their hands. And also we can't overlook the more experienced, the more professional guys who are always on the go, because I mean, if you're traveling, let's say you're traveling across continents, you want to be able to monitor and manage your trades without having to open this big box at the airport or wherever you are. So it really makes for a lot of convenience to be able to manage your trades and scan all the markets, all the global markets on the palm of your hand. So it's very attractive to all demographics of traders, whether it's the young, the experienced, or even the advanced traders, because of the functionalities that it offers. I mean, with all the features that are there on the app and what you can do, you can exchange your crypto to fiat, you can exchange your fiat to crypto. There's a lot that you can do. Like I said, it basically mirrors the functionality of the desktop version, but this time on the palm of your hand.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, in terms of opening the desktops or the laptops, as you were talking about, in terms of space, I mean, it depends which airport you're talking about right now, because some are so busy and the space is quite limited. But you mentioned a feature in terms of being able to manage both the fiat and the crypto currency in one place. Some of the features that you built into this trading platform, I imagine that was also a respond to market demands.
Yes, definitely. So the app has what we call a crypto exchange functionality, which means it's almost like a crypto exchange but on the palm of your hand, meaning that you can exchange your fiat for crypto and vice versa, crypto for fiat, all in the mobile sort of ecosystem without having to log into your desktop. So that's one of the benefits that come with, obviously, the trading app.
Sure, and this, as you mentioned, it's available on the major app platforms.
Yes.
But I'm just wondering if it's compatible with most smartphones in the South African market.
Yes, it is compatible with most smartphones. And also one of the features is that it's very easy on, on data consumption. So it's data consumption friendly. It doesn't really require a lot of data to use the app. And very, very soon, it's going to support Google Pay and Apple Pay for deposits. So now you remember, so before you can trade in the live environment, you need a trading account that is funded with real money. And the funding or deposit methods can be EFT, can be bank deposit, it can be credit card, it can be MasterCard, Visa, whatever the case is. So also as a response to market demand, soon you'll be able to Google Pay and Apple Pay and wire money into your trading account.
Sure. How soon is soon? And perhaps maybe help us understand some of the processes that are happening behind the scenes to ensure that this invention or this new feature comes to the platform.
I don't have an exact date for you, Fifi, because remember, with all the technology that's involved in integrating all these functionalities, I mean, the dev team has to really take care that nothing goes wrong, because you know, whenever money is involved, for you moving money from your own personal bank account to your trading account, you don't want anything going wrong. So it's not going to be rushed, but as soon as the functionality is up and running, we are going to make announcements on all the public platforms, Prime XBT platforms.
Okay, and in terms of the process that's happening behind the scenes, I mean, who you're speaking to ensure that this can happen seamlessly, as it were, if you can just give us insights into those conversations.
Yeah, obviously the stakeholders is Apple,
okay.
Apple Pay, Google for Google Pay, and obviously our internal payments to make sure that the integration is seamless. And then once everything is finalized, I think there's going to be like a soft launch to do a proper announcement to all existing and potential clients, letting them know that they can now do deposits into their trading account using Apple Pay and Google Pay as additional deposit methods, because these methods are not going to replace the existing ones, but they're going to be an additional option if you want, because like we said, because it's a mobile app, you can basically log into your trading account and now you can deposit using Apple Pay, where you just double tap on your Apple phone and then money is moved sort of instantly. So it's also another convenience way for not only beginner traders, but for also traders who are more advanced, who are more techno savvy, who don't want to have to go to their bank and then move money from their bank to their trading account. You basically do it on your phone, on the app, tap, and then the money is at your trading account. Yeah.
I think it also speaks to then the importance of maybe safeguards or safety measures that you're putting in place. I mean, I know that when I do any form of payment on my phone, there's an authenticity a feature that comes into play. And if I obviously pass and they're able to authenticate with my Face ID, the transaction and all that goes through in, depending on which transaction we're talking about, there might be other safeguards. So just talk to us about what's happening internally within your organization to ensure security when it does come to these features.
And security in this industry is very critical, especially because money is changing hands. So the app comes with a two-factor authentication, just as an extra layer of protection to ensure that the margin of fraud, the margin of any criminal activity is minimized. So you can obviously then, through the two-factor authentication, make sure that you are the person who's supposed to be logged into that account. So when you take your app and you try to log in, or especially try to transact, it will require that sort of authentication to verify that you are Fifi, the owner of the account, which is an extra layer of protection that is applied by most fintech companies or FSPs, just to minimize any element of fraud or criminality.
Sure. And maybe just talk to us about some of the trends by way of fraud and criminality that you are seeing in the space right now, and the direction of travel of such activities broadly.
So I think the fraud and the criminal activities are across the board. I mean, banks, insurance companies. We are also obviously not immune to unscrupulous individuals who want to take advantage of other traders, who want to take advantage of the industry. But luckily, because we have fraud prevention teams, we've got people who are very well trained and experienced with security measures, and we also subscribe to anti-money laundering laws, which is why we are regulated in South Africa to ensure that any client or any trader who deposits a specific amount of money, then we've got a responsibility to cooperate with the regulators should they want to know the source of funds, which is why whenever a new client signs up on our platform, we need to KYC them. So they need to provide the proof of ID, they need to provide proof of address, so that we KYC them. We know your customer, we need to know who you are. And we obviously reserve the right to request a source of funds for security reasons if there is a need. So yeah, that's the standard procedure in the industry.
Just going back to the platform, I mean, one can argue that when you have a wider screen in front of you, it's all the better to see with. And perhaps that you're less likely to make certain mistakes with a bigger screen than you would on your mobile phone. And especially if you're using this and you're on your go, or you're catching a flight, but you need to make a quick about change or quick decision regarding a certain asset that you're in, and you make a mistake. What happens then?
You know, that actually reminds me, what you're saying, there were people who used to say the same thing about in-branch banking.
Yeah.
People used to say, I want to go to a branch.
Yes.
I'm not going to do my banking on my laptop because I don't want to make any mistakes. Lo and behold, now some banks are closing their branches because a lot of their client base have migrated to online banking. I think it's a similar thing. Obviously, you would expect that the older folk would maybe prefer desktop banking because everything is just there on this big screen. But the more younger guys who are more techno-savvy prefer the mobile version. So we haven't taken the other to replace it with the other. The options are there. Okay. So if you prepare your screen, you can use your screen. If you prefer mobile banking or mobile transacting, you can also do that. I mean, some traders have screens up to 4 or 5 in their trading stations because they want to see different markets on different screens. I think different stocks for different folks. So when you get to a point where you feel you want to manage your transactions, you want to manage your trades in a mobile environment, the option is there for you. But if you want to stick to your desktop, then obviously that option is there for you as well. I think the whole idea is flexibility and the choice that you have at your disposal based on what your needs are.
Okay, and the different platforms, as you say, are quite interchangeable or interoperable with one another.
Yeah. It's the same trading account. So basically, the mobile app mirrors the functionality of the mobile sort of desktop version. Okay. So what you see on this side is exactly the same thing you see on the bigger screen on your laptop in terms of the features.
Thanks so much for that. We'll leave it there for now. As always, I was joined in studio once again by Sihle Tuta. He's the head of a region for Prime XBT South Africa. That is how we're wrapping up the show for today. Make sure that you do tune in next week. In fact, we'll be wrapping up the series of alternative asset investing. Hope to see you there. Until then, it's goodbye.